Depending on the results of Tuesday's Indiana primary, the Carly Fiorina vice presidential boomlet might be short-lived. So you might want to get your paraphernalia now. It could be worth a lot down the road. Carly Cruz posters and stuff. But there's a very important point that I think Cruz made in selecting Carly Fiorina, which deserves to be echoed throughout the entire campaign, which is the difference between the authentic and the inauthentic models of feminism, of Carly Fiorina on the one hand and Hillary Clinton on the other. Carly made it herself. She started as a secretary. She worked her way up the corporate ladder. She made it on her own to become the CEO of Hewlett-Packard. She's ran for office on her own, and she has, from the beginning, done it by herself, accumulating the financial resources, the resume, the backing, the management style to make it in corporate America. Hillary is the inauthentic model of feminism. She got her first job at the Rose Law Firm, which she was not getting before. Nobody was hiring her until her husband became Attorney General of Arkansas. Then miraculously, she made partner the year he got elected governor. And when she defended him in the Jennifer Flowers case, and when he ran in '92, she got the reward of the healthcare task force and control of who the Attorney General would be and a major role in the administration. And then after she defended him in the Lewinsky scandal, she got a Senate seat. He cleared the way in New York to make sure she never had a primary in this heavily Democratic state, virtually guaranteeing her election. And a huge portion of her donors in the Senate race were wined and dined in the Lincoln bedroom at the White House while she was running. And of course that led to her presidential candidacy, which she lost on her own. And then she was propped up again by Obama, largely because he wanted to make sure that Bill Clinton was not going to be out there as a critic for 4 years or for 8 years lambasting the administration. Lyndon Johnson's famous line, "They're better being in the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in." And again, he played the pivotal role in her selection as Secretary of State. So this is really the alternate models of feminism. You know, for many years, there was never a woman senator who was elected on her own. Margaret Chase Smith's husband preceded her in the body. Maureen Neuberger's husband. Castlebaum's father was the governor of Kansas. All of the women who were in the Senate had antecedents of fathers or husbands or brothers who were active in politics and paved the way for them. The first such race was Paula Hawkins from Florida, a race I handled, who was elected in 1980. And it wasn't until then that a woman really made it on her own. And there is no way that Hillary has made it on her own. And I think Carly, the contrast between the two, is very important. Will Carly help Cruz materially in Indiana? I don't really think so. Was it a good choice? She would be a great vice president. And it's very important that the Republican Party nominate a woman, because there are a lot of people who want history to be made this year, and they may hold their noses and vote for Hillary to make it possible. But if you have a Republican woman running for vice president, history will be made anyway, just of a slightly lower order of magnitude. So I don't think it'll particularly help Cruz, but I do think it's good for the country. Yesterday I taped a podcast where I went through this and anticipated the Carly Fiorina designation and talked a lot about these issues and really the lay of the land as we approach the Republican nominating process's definitive moment on Tuesday. So give it a listen. You can click on the link adjacent to this video or go through dickmorris.com. I also talk about a backdoor way of admitting refugees to the United States. The UN High Commissioner for Refugees has proposed an end run around Congress to admit 200,000 Syrian refugees to the U.S. Talk about that too on the podcast. Thanks for watching and listening.